Hello to all my finance-loving friends. We all want to live richly, right? But there's a big difference between being wealthy and just playing the role. It's not about deceiving yourself. Rather, such behavior can seriously harm your overall financial health. So today, I've picked out a couple of videos on this topic that everyone should watch. Let's get started.
Stop acting rich. That's what it comes down to. Quit acting like you're something you're not. You don't have any stinking money. Act like a broke person. Why? It's easy. You're a broke person. You make 60 or 90 or 160 a year and you got nothing. Nothing. No money. Payments coming out your ears, out of control, strutting around acting like you're something. In Texas, they call that big hat, no cattle. Stop it. It's time to lay these basic steps out and lay into them and say, that's it. I'm tired of being broke. I worked too stinking hard to be this broke.
Absolutely agree. We hamsters say, plush fur, thin cheeks. Instead of spending your last dime on some cool but unnecessary item, it's better to save or invest that money for greater benefit. I hope none of you ever face such a situation, friends, but it's important to be aware. When we spend the last of our money, the severity of the situation is clear. However, there are people who appear to have money at first glance, but a deeper look reveals that things aren't as good as they seem. This is a scenario where one must be particularly cautious.
You have $100,000 in debt, 40 of it is a car, 69 is a student loan, and you have $45,000 in the bank. You have a car you can't afford. You need to sell your car. You need to take $10,000 of the $45,000 and go buy you a $10,000 car. And then you need to use the rest of the money and pay it on the student loan. And then you need to get on a debt snowball, beans and rice and beans, on a budget where you don't have any life until you get that student loan paid off, because the federal private student loan forgiveness program is an absolute scam.
That's a smart breakdown of the core issue. Investing in education might not be such a bad idea. Just make sure you understand the terms of any loans you take. And remember, friends, even if you're attending educational institutions, don't miss our new episodes. Here, we also learn more and more about finances for free. Glad to see you all. See you next time, and remember, hamsters are power. One for all and all for one. Hey, my dear CEOs, the world of finance is filled with paths on how and where to invest, right? Well, not so fast. Today, I'm going to prove that having a few choices might just be an illusion. And I'll also show you a video on what to do if you've actually achieved the goal of building your own big company. Yep, we've got some super interesting topics lined up, so no more chit-chat, let's dive in.
When I was doing e-commerce, what we would do is the top comment that we pinned with the most likes was, hey guys, I found a cheaper listing. Because then people are like, aha, gotcha. They feel like they're smarter. So they go on Google, they type the name, and then you have Google Shopping. And then you have listing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I owned all 5 stores with 5 different domains, with 5 different branding, with 5 different prices. And people went to the 5th one that was the cheapest that I owned. Aha, got you.
Illusion of choice.
Illusion of choice. So you control the right, you control the left, and you control the narrative.
What's with all this conspiracy stuff? Now I'm gonna start suspecting everyone. Now I feel like the nuts and seeds I buy probably all come from the same field. But hey, if you think about it, if the product is good for you, does it really matter who owns it? Right? Share your thoughts in the comments. Moving on. Have you, like me, thought that if you build your own company and make a few million, everything would be smooth sailing? Well, let's hear from someone who's done just that and shared their insights on the matter.
When we don't have money, we don't make big mistakes. When I raised $5 million US, I think, wow, I'm rich. So I tried to hire a lot of high-ranking people from those Fortune 500. When I hire them, I know something rough. For example, I want to make a marketing plan for my product. So I asked my VP of marketing. He said he made a plan for $30 million. And I said, I only have $5 million. He said, Jack, I have never made any marketing plan below $20 million. So how could you succeed? And I think, wow, it's my problem. When your company is only a poor tractor, don't try to buy a Boeing 747 engine in it.
Can you really be a hired marketer and rake in over $20 million per project? What kind of colossal scale is that? Anyway, I think these insights will come in handy. Because I'm sure you'll hit it big. And remember this episode when you're hiring your own marketing guru. Keep up with our tips. They help you think big. See you around, and remember, hamsters are power. One for all and all for one.